Let's do this.
All right,
So,
y'all. This is the third episode of See What Had Happened Was. I am Trey the Chocolate Dude.
and I am Alex Dupree. Thanks for being here. Mwah. Appreciate you. I don't have a drink yet. That man's not around. He's doing the grocery shopping. So at any point,
We're going to dedicate today's show to Pinky. Say something. Say it again. Say it again. Nah.
I guess we'll dedicate my dedicated to my same outfit that you're gonna see me in every damn week. I tell you, I watched it and put
you had on the other day. Here we go again.
This is the same thing.
Here we go again. All right. So we got a lot of. Wait,
he said we're ready. We're ready to shelter in place for another month.
Okay. That's right.
You got my favorite toilet paper. Thank you, baby.
So a lot of people don't know that you're in Seattle. She's in Seattle, Washington, right?
Yeah.
Let the people know where you are. And how was COVID hitting you pretty well? Well, first of all, how's everything? How have you been since last week? Good?
Fantastic.
Okay.
Living my best housewife life. I will say, I have so much compassion and empathy and sympathy for people who are losing their loved ones. Mm-hmm. I heard, who was it? Was it Mike Love say he knows someone who has personally lost 25 people they know.
Yeah, that's messed up.
So I just want, I want to say that, like while it hasn't hit me because I'm in the crib and all my people took isolation like a religion. They really took it seriously. But I do want to say when I say things, and nobody has said anything to me, but when I say things about how this is good for me and I'm finally getting a break after, decades of hustling and I'm working on myself and stuff like that, that I have so much empathy for those who are actually grieving.
I'm bored.
What?
I'm bored.
How?
I'm bored. I want life to go back to how it was. I like to get in my car and drive to different places a few hours away. I want to get on flights and stuff and don't feel like I'm about to be infected with stuff. I'm bored, basically. And I used to say, because I have a nice crib, I got a big TV here, I got Netflix, I got everything that could keep me occupied. I got an Xbox. I barely play the thing, but I got it. I got everything. And I used to say to myself, man, I just like being at, that's water, Courtney, that's water. That's what I'm sipping on.
Don't believe it.
But yeah, I got everything there is to entertain yourself here. And I'm always like, yes, I love being at home, but I actually like going to work, dealing with people. It's weird. It's odd.
I've had like 4 jobs consistently since 1997. So I was just, doing 6 months straight of 80+ hour work weeks. I mean, Mama needed a break, but anyway,
I need to be interacting with folks,
I'm one of these annoying people that never gets bored. Benny Will raised me that there's always something to do. My daddy was a musician, a writer, an artist, a teacher. Mm-hmm. He had a program for inner city youth. I mean, there's always something to do. So I ain't never bored ever in life. What'd you do over the weekend?
I'm going crazy. What did I do over the weekend? Nothing. There's nothing to do. Nothing.
There's
whatsoever.
so much to do.
I did Netflix. So I watched Netflix. Basically, I've been finding myself getting on Apple TV and buying old movies. Bought White Man Can't Jump for $3.99 the other day. Bought New Jack because when I'm traveling, like when I'm on a plane, I like to get on my phone and watch movies. How'd that happen? I like to get on my phone and watch movies. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just building my little music library already. Watched The Last Dance, of course, yesterday. Didn't do too much,
That was so good. I was wondering how they were going to cover him going to. You didn't took yourself out the game, homie. How they were gonna cover the baseball. And how to cover his father's death, because I knew that was going to be real emotional. And I remember that time so well. And when they talked about how the newspapers and the media got dirty with it, like, was it a hit? Cool. I remember that so clearly, like, come on, do better. Yeah.
Here's what's cool to me. Michael Jeffrey Jordan was an asshole. And I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. And the fact that everybody's scared of him and intimidated by him, you know, but it was all for the good. It was all for winning and pushing out the excellence that's in you. So,
and that's what every one of them said. No matter how much he hazed them, no matter how much he was a dick to them, no matter how much what they said, he was doing this in his mind. This was going to make us better. And guess what? It made us better.
Hall of Famers, yes. So, I mean, to this day, it still seemed like Steve Kerr had a little grudge against it, and what Will Perdue, like all the off-brand, like the players that never really got that much recognition as everybody. They're the ones bitter. BJ Armstrong sit up there upset with folks. And why does BJ still look the same but with gray hair?
Yeah,
like,
he does.
Still got the baby face, but he still got gray hair. Like, what's going on with that?
Looks like a child.
Bill Cartwright looked 60 back when he played for us. Now he looks 30. Like, what are you doing now, Bill? I know he cut his facial hair off, but he's looking weird.
And I never liked Bill Cartwright because I thought he was way too old to be on that team. I always think he always looked stiff. He always looked like he needed
weird shot that was like he would hold the ball like that and shoot it. It was just very he had a very unorthodox delivery. Or whatever you want to form of shooting the ball. That's why Jordan didn't want him to have the ball when it was seconds left. Don't give it to Bill.
He always seemed slow to me and like he needed to rub his body down and Bengay. Just like
and it always seemed like he had something right there in his throat. I always talk like this, you know, because I'm Bill Cartwright, you know. So that was pretty good. I can't wait to see the last, and I hate that it's over. Can't we get? Because I heard there were like hours and hours of stuff that they didn't even use, and you know they're still doing that, right?
What do you mean they're still doing it?
They're still. Last week it was reported because I watch this sports show, The Herd, and Colin Cowherd, the host of the show, was talking about his conversation with the director of the Jordan The Last Dance. They're still filming that. I don't think they're probably done now, but about a week and a half ago, he was saying that they were still going. That's why it goes from May 1998 back to June of 93 and goes back and forth. It has no like actual timeline that, you know, because they were still doing it. They were still putting it together. And when COVID hit, the executives were like, yo, how long is it going to take y'all to do this? How long is it going to take y'all?
Yeah.
So that's what happened.
I will say they've done a great job. They have done it is compelling. You know how you can multitask, have this on, and maybe you can not have this on and do anything else.
Yeah, I fell asleep on the part about the Supersonics. So I just had to watch that part earlier today. I fell asleep on that part. Then I woke back up when the second episode started. Anyway.
Okay.
That's me.
So Netflix, the Becoming documentary, Michelle Obama.
I haven't seen that. What's that? Oh,
so good. Well, I read her book too.
Okay.
So good.
What makes it good? Is she cussing in it? Did she use the N-word a few times?
She did not use the N-word, like not even once. But what she did do, she came out with some hip hop gospel in the beginning, and while she was riding in a limo, she was like, "Sometimes you need to bounce." And
so what is she? So this is the story of her life. It's a what do you call it? A bio documentary type thing, or like what is it?
Well, her book Becoming was her autobiography. And so this is, she did the tour and she was doing the speaking engagements. And so there were moderators. And so she did a tour after she released her book and did all these speaking events. And so this is the documentary that was being filmed while she was going around the country doing these speaking events.
I got it.
Yeah, but it was good. It was really, really good.
I keep hearing from entertainers that like Netflix is the hustle. So how much you think they hit Michelle with for this one? I mean, they're giving Dave Chappelle 15, 20 each a Netflix special. How much do you think she get? About 5 to 10, about 5, something like that.
I can look that up because there's on record when they inked their deal. They both inked the deal with
He's got one coming too, I think.
Yeah, but they paid them a handsome sum of money.
Oh, okay.
Handsome sum. All right. So Let's talk about what else went down on the weekend. The damn Grim Reaper was working overtime.
The one that shocked me the most
everywhere.
was Andre Harrell. That's the one that shocked me. Now, hearing about what the guy from Seinfeld, he was 90 something?
He was 92. It was time to die.
Yeah. And Little Richard was 87.
We understand. He already
to the end of the road. We get it. That upper room, I understand. Yeah. They live great lives. But the Andre Harrell situation was very shocking because he's one of those. He has one of those familiar faces. So you always see his face, and you say, "Oh man, I've seen him somewhere before." Back in the day, he was in Crush Grove. I remember just seeing him. I saw him last year when I was at the PT Awards. I was in an Uber, and he was waiting on his cab or Uber, and I was like, "Man, I should get out and go chop it up with him real quick." But in retrospect, I should have.
Why didn't you?
I think I had somewhere to be. When you're in LA and when you go to those type of events, you always seeing people, and it's like, oh, I should have. Hey, how you doing? So sometimes it's just not the right time. And I think we was like driving, and I had seen him. I think we were moving. It was one of those, oh, there's Andre Harrell type moments, and then we just kept going. Very well known in the music industry. Started a lot of people's careers, from Puffy to that whole Uptown MCA,
Mary J,
with Heavy D and Jodeci, and so man, very sad news. And he most recently he was the vice president of Revolt.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, Puff fired him back in the day, and Puff put him on. So they have been working, of course, with each other throughout the year. So man, I never worked with him or met him or came across him, but I am familiar, of course, with all of his works and everybody that he's worked with in the music industry. So man, very, very sad to hear that one. Like I said, I thought Little Richard had left us maybe 2-3 years ago. And wasn't nobody saying nothing.
That's like Lou Rawls. I swear he died 3 times. When they said Lou Rawls died, I said, again?
Yeah. So that's what was up with that. Betty Wright as well passed away. She was your mama's favorite singer. One of the songs that your mama would play while cleaning up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So shout out to Betty Wright.
I was watching Lil Wayne talk about Betty Wright because he did one of the, not a behind the music, but it was something like that. And he was talking about, he remembered being a little kid in the backseat of the car and his mama was playing Tonight. Yeah.
I want it. I ain't gonna give y'all my octave. I ain't gonna go up there with it. But
thank you very much.
She had that Tonight Is the Night record.
Yeah.
Did I just get brighter?
Yeah, you're a little brighter. Yeah, you did. What are you doing? You playing with the light? Okay.
No, I just plugged the cord in the computer. Now I'm like, so people can see that I do have some brownness to me going here. It ain't just all just as dark as it was looking. So.
Oh, you got highlights.
Okay. Erykah Badu. Shouts out to Jeffrey. Yo, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. Hey, Jeffrey. Oh, Team Alex. Mwah, love you. Roy, this dude survived a tiger straight eating
the Six Freedom Rider. Come on, it was only a matter of time for that though. Like, come on, one of them damn lions was gonna backfire like he did. Didn't he get chewed up a few years back? Maybe like 10 years ago.
15. What I'm saying, he lived like 15 more years after a whole tiger ate his throat out.
That's what they want. Never learned his lesson. Yeah, never learned his lesson.
Yeah, COVID's gonna be the thing to take you out. You survive a whole tiger.
Wait, that's what it was. COVID.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought one of the tigers got at him and he just died.
No, the tiger ate his ass about 15 years ago.
And he kept playing with him. And he just kept playing with him.
And they still have their tigers. He's still alive. So he survived that whole thing, but COVID's gonna be the thing that takes him out.
Wait, he kept doing shows and stuff after that. The show kept going, right?
He recovered. It took him a couple years, and then they did like a couple final shows, but then they retired. They only did like one more year or something after that.
Let me ask you something. Are there any black animal trainer people like that?
We don't know. Not even in the universe. Oh, circus.
Ain't too many brothers doing that. Ain't too many brothers.
I don't think so. I mean,
damn lions.
Yeah, like on that damn Tiger King, people was getting eaten, missing limbs, and they came right back.
Came right back to work. I'm suing. I'm pretending like I'm hurt. I'm getting money. I am not going right back to work the next day. I don't love my job that much at all. And
they were like, "Do you blame the tiger?" No, not at all. We're fine these days. Like, what? He ate your whole arm off. You wouldn't stop.
So look, Saturday, I was able to do some laundry because we have a laundry room. And I was able to check out Erykah and Jill Scott. Did you check that out? Because you were telling me you didn't know what the Versuz thing was at first.
So I did get to see some of it. I thought the Versuz thing was, I'm slow. I thought it was Versuz people wanted to see. So it was like Facebook conversations and people saying, put this person against this person, put this person against that person. That's all I kept seeing. I didn't see the first Teddy Riley one. And so I didn't know it was real. I thought this was going to be a debate. I didn't know the real Jill was going to be there and the real Erykah was going to be there looking like she a Star Wars character.
So what happens is, and
this started maybe. Shout out to Jill's twists, by the way. Those are beautiful.
Yeah. So it started about, I want to say maybe 2 months ago with Timbaland and Swiss Beats. And what they were doing was they were on Instagram. They were playing their hits, going back and forth. Each of them were giving each other's props as they would play each other's hits. It would go back and forth and back and forth. I don't remember who else came after that. I think it was T-Pain and Lil Jon. Then they had started something, but I want to say somebody else went before that. I want to say, but I don't remember. So basically that's been the thing. You get these big stars, they play their hits on Instagram and you let hundreds of thousands see your stuff. And it makes for great radio because it's been, both of them have hits, you know what I'm saying? Jill Scott, Erykah Badu. Of course, you see Erykah had to be a little extra with her Bruce Lee in the background.
Her Bruce Lee, and she looking like Raiders of the Lost Ark. I mean, I was just like, oh, baby girl.
She had to do it. You know, she can't never be just regular. She always has to turn it up a little bit. You know,
we accept her. We accept her as she is.
Yeah. So
Jill's beautiful. I was just and the positivity coming from these women. I think that's the big story that came out of it. Like, of course, everybody was jamming. They were playing these songs, hit after hit after hit. But they were so supportive of each other. Yeah. Positive language. It's like, Black women
Jill's a fan of Erykah. Erykah's a fan of Jill. A lot of stuff. Like, I didn't know that Jill wrote "You Got Me."
Yeah.
With the Roots. I didn't know that she wrote that. I had no idea about that. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
So Jill started off doing spoken word and then writing for other people. But yeah, so she was the one singing that hook on "You Got Me." Because I remember when that came out.
She wrote the hook for Erykah. She wrote the hook for Erykah. She wrote the hook for Erykah.
She wrote the hook for Erykah. That's what I mean.
Right.
But yeah, Jill was writing behind the scenes way before she got her own album.
Yeah. So if there was a competition between the two, because you saw it, then it wasn't really a competition. Who do you think has the best music of the two? I know we talked about it briefly the other day, but
you think I'm gonna change my mind? I'm still with Jilly from Philly.
Okay, all right, I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
I just think her lyrical abilities and the fact that she came from spoken word, she really knows how to use her voice and use different tones, and she knows how to put a song together that doesn't even need to rhyme. None of these lyrics need to rhyme, but it's still just like and she has this ability to tap in and explain real genuine life. She's talking, what's this? You getting in the way? She's like, I'm about to take your tail, whoop you out in the street. She's talking about just making grits.
$5.99 or something like that.
Yeah, making grits, and skipping down the street,
So what do you think Erykah is on? Just to ask you, because you it doesn't seem like you're trying to get Erykah props.
I do. I love Erykah and I give her many props. I think Erykah is more spiritual, kind of like in her head. She makes these references like, what was it? Remember
What with $3 and 6 dimes.
Yeah, like that stuff.
Yeah, you may laugh.
Yeah. She does stuff like that, which is brilliant. Let's
not be on that level. You gotta be on that level, you know? Yeah. Sometimes you just ain't on that level. And so if you're not on the level, you can't comprehend, Miss Dupree.
I get her, but you told me I gotta pick one. If I gotta pick one, I'm gonna pick Jilly from Philly all day long and twice at night.
Yeah, Erykah put on Tyrone, and then when Jill Scott threw on "Is It the Way?"
Yeah,
I was gonna take my panties off and throw them at somebody. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, that was the joint. That was the joint. That was I was thoroughly entertained by that, and hopefully, they got Ludacris and Nelly going up against each other this weekend.
There is no competition. No competition. None.
Wait, my eyebrows is up here. Why you say that?
Because Ludacris is gonna smack him to the ground. I am a huge Ludacris fan. I
think it's even. And I think they do this because they know these artists are like 50-50. Like they're almost at the same level. Ludacris and Nelly.
Ludacris
you're going with Ludacris?
He's my second favorite rapper. So yeah.
Okay. That's kind of hard.
Tony
Nelly has some major hits. Nelly has had major hits. That is what are you laughing at? Focus.
Courtney said Erykah looked like Skandar. Wait, let me say.
So you got Ludacris and Nelly. As I think about it, they're kind of tied because Nelly's had some big hits for the culture.
DJ Little John.
Hot in Her.
Or DJ, what is that? DJ
Country Graham.
What's his name? He said
Country what? Can I keep going? He did a country song and one of the biggest hip hop records ever with Kelly. So what I'm saying is you can't just pick one of those because so I got something about Nelly. I give you Pimp Juice. I give you Hot in Her. I give you Country Grammar. You can give me on the other end, move, bitch, get out the way.
My jam.
Stand up.
You love it.
Stand up.
Love it.
Southern Hospitality. You see how it's going back and forth? See how it's going back and forth?
Blueberry Yum Yum.
What you know about What's you know about Blueberry Yum Yum?
I knew I was gonna mess you up with that. That's my jam. What's your fantasy? Splash waterfalls. I mean, come on.
I'm not necessarily picking anybody, but I'm just using my example to tell you that I can give you 3 Nelly hits, and then I can give you 3 Ludacris hits, and I can give you 3 more Nelly hits, and back and forth. So how we want to do it? Neither one of them are hot today, I think both of them can still tour for the rest of their lives. Nelly has a bigger audience, I think, but then again, Ludacris had movies, Fast and Furious. He was in Ludacris was in at least 5-6 movies or more.
Yeah.
So, and that opens your fan base. So what I'm saying is Nelly's got a crossover appeal. Luda has one too. Luda has hits. Nelly has hits. I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
No competition. Luda all day long. I put some money on that one.
All right. So let's see here. COVID.
Oh my gosh. Did you see, homie? Georgia reopened. And over 62,000. As a matter of fact, 62,446 people flocked to Georgia.
What has the governor said about them reopening and the cases of COVID increasing?
He said, let it be open. Let's just get back to business. And so people came from mainly Florida, but all the neighboring states, they came in so they could do all the stuff. And Florida was running rampant down there.
Yeah.
This is all bad. And so they're just waiting for all of the cases now to tick back up again because they reopened too soon.
Some sick person that I know, I'm not going to repeat who this person is. Some sick person said that this is God's way of taking out all the old people.
That's unfortunate that they said that.
I'm like, why would you say anything? And I'm sorry for repeating it, but I was just thinking about, ignorance, and that just was caught up. So I really think, and I don't want to get political here, but it seems as if the Republican free COVID up there.
Yes, Tony.
It seems as if the Republican governors want to get back to work. And I'm not making it political, but it just seems like the governors of Georgia, Florida, definitely here in Texas. Hey, let's get back to work. I get it. I understand. Go back to work. Put your mask on. Use your hand sanitizer. Don't shake hands with anybody 6 feet away, but go to work. I'm going to need you to make some money. Let's make this economy booming again. So it seems as if money, as always, is much more important than people losing their lives over this, man.
It's so stupid. Whatever. Let's just watch it. Listen, I mean, it's rolling through the White House right now.
Yeah.
You know, the president's personal valet. You got the vice president's people got it. Fauci now is in quarantine.
Wait, no. Oh, I'm about to say, don't tell me Dr. Fauci got it.
He might. He's testing himself every day, but he just put himself in quarantine because.
Let me tell you something. If Dr. Fauci got it, it's over. Everybody just start calling your mama. I'm sorry, it's over. Thank you, mama, for living. I appreciate you. I will leave you my TV, my Jordans. Start saying that, because if Fauci got it, he's our leader.
Let me tell you, it's what makes me mad about Fauci getting it is because the only reason he has it, because he was taking all the precautions, is because the White House people were not taking the precautions he was telling them to take. Pence wasn't wearing no mask. Trump wasn't wearing no mask. And they were encouraging their people, their staffs, to do the same, to not wear anything and not to do all this stuff. So now the guy is running rampant. And here's the thing, the president's getting tested every day. So is the vice president and all that. I believe with every fiber of my being that if they got it, we would never know. They would never be honest and say that they got it.
But he probably wouldn't even be making any private appearances. You could tell if you haven't seen the president for a while if he has it or not. You know.
But he gonna be on Twitter tweeting and making up some excuse for it or whatever, and then his spokesperson, they be lying for a man. They be lying.
And he's trying to pick on Obama because Obama finally said something about him and his performance in office. For 3 years? Finally said something about him. So our prayers going out to Dr. Fauci. Hopefully,
I know
Fauci don't gouty. You know, I was trying to find something wrong with that.
Yeah, nothing rhymes with Fauci.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, sorry about that.
All right.
Jill Scott can make it work though in a song. I'll tell you that. She don't need to rhyme.
Erykah can make you think about it and spiritualize it.
Exactly. All right, that was fun. I want to shout out also. I want to shout out our former coworker, my homie Ozman. So over the weekend, he put up this post on Facebook, and I'm telling you, I was in there.
The unpopular opinion post.
I was so there just for the comments. Yeah. And I was so creeping on his page, and I was dying laughing. What was the first one he put up there?
I think Oz put up. Shout out to Oz. Oz had put up.
Let me read it. Wait, I want to read it as it says because I know I took a picture.
Name a unpopular opinion.
He said, "I'll start. Aaliyah was an average singer who's only considered a legend because she tragically died in that plane crash. Go.
Aaliyah had hits already before she died. And
this is unpopular opinions.
Yeah, but Aaliyah had hits. Aaliyah was already a superstar.
I'm just saying this was some of the best comments ever. This was entertaining. This was like, for me, this was like watching The Last Dance. It was so good.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Okay, so tell me about because over the weekend there was apparently a campaign for my man who was killed in Georgia by the father and the son. Break down that for me because it was his birthday over the weekend, right?
Ahmaud Arbery. So it was his birthday weekend, and it was, his birthday was Friday. And I really, really love what the running community did. I am a runner. I'm an ultra runner. And I love that I saw so many people with the hashtag I run with Maud. And everybody was going out, dedicating their run that day, doing virtual runs in his honor, and then posting back on their page. I saw so many white people posting this, and it just it was touching because it just doesn't happen a lot that, you know, you hear these people. I mean, people of color, we need allies walking with us arm in arm if we're ever going to stand a chance. And I have a girlfriend. I want to shout her out, Kimmy Hooper Stanley. And we work together, and she's from South Africa. And I'm not going to read the whole chain. Her and I were going back and forth, but she posted it on my page. And she said, I thought when I left South Africa, the fight was over. It will take generations till it is over. Here in a country that put so much pressure on South Africa to end apartheid, they did not clean up their own backyard.
Yeah. You know, I was thinking that, and I think this from time to time, like, there's so many evil people in the world, you know, that it's filled with so much hate and so much terror toward people. Like, a man is just jogging, minding his business, and these guys are hunting him like he's a fucking deer out on the road. And the fact, here's what really gets me upset. The fact that we're now talking about this now, arrests have now been made. I know we covered this last week, but you know, that would have been another situation where nobody would have done anything. And here we are, another black man being killed by some more white people that just think it's a sport to just up and just kill some black people. So I did read earlier that there was going to be a motion to make it a hate crime with the Department of Justice.
Well, it's not down there because it's not in that state.
Right. You can't have a hate crime in the state of Georgia. So there's that, but hopefully we should, because I mean the black folks is out. Crump, the attorney Crump, my man, I forget his name. I think that's his last name, but you know they've gotten the attention of the right people. So I want to see if they can actually do that, because you know ex post facto laws, you can't do that usually. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm glad there's no second degree, no manslaughter. I haven't heard any of those. I've been hearing murder, and let's keep it that way. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a revolt. It's gonna be bad if these people get off. I mean, it's gonna be like Nat Turner's revolt down there. It's gonna be bad. It'll be worse than Rodney King. It's gonna be bad. So I really hope the right thing is done. Yeah, I really do. Yeah. All right. So again, thank you guys for hanging out with us. This is the 3rd episode. See, what had happened was I'm Trey the Chocolate Jock. I have the beautifulness Alex Dupree, who will not comb her hair, working on her headscarf game. I am working on this. I didn't really get a new one over the weekend. I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to do that knot right there. I don't want the knot there. I want the knot on the side, and I'm working on it. You seen the knot? Whatever. I'm working on it. We'll see what happens next week. I might have had a knot up there. This knot travels. Have fun, you and your knot over there. All right, so let's start getting into the juicy stories. Let's do that. Juicy stories. Got the news out of the way, right? Got the news out of the way. Let's get to the juicy stories. So when we were talking on the last See What Had Happened was, we got to the end. Okay, go ahead. I know where this is going. We got to the end of kind of like how I got into GCI and some of the exploits on the morning show and what have you. And we talked about how I got you into the station and you got started. And you made a mention of the Chocolate Jocks and how that started with you and Naki. But that did not last forever. There was the infamous breakup of the Chocolate Jocks. So let's go through your story. We already talked about you getting hazed on the morning show, them treating you like crap, like they treated me. And then let's talk about they put you together. So now you got your own show on the weekend, your own night show, and take it away. Take it away. Tell me how it all went down in like your working relationship together. And then I have to know all the details on the breakup. Okay, so there's not really a lot to tell. Let me just start there. Okay. So I'm at GCI. There was an opening because Marcus Chapman, who worked at GCI, was leaving to go. I want to say he was going to either Dallas or Indianapolis. He was going to Indianapolis. He went to Indianapolis. All 3 of the big part-timers from the week. Don't mean to pat myself on the back, but 3 big part-timers who we were filling in everywhere. We left 6 weeks apart. Sam Silk first went to Cleveland. 6 weeks later, I went to Detroit. 6 weeks after me, Marcus Chapman
went
666.
Yeah. Oh, that's not good. Went to Indianapolis. So there was a lot of open, like all at once. Go ahead.
Okay. By the way, this episode is brought to you by Pancakes. Say it again. Say something else. Say it again. Okay. So at WGCI, at the time, Kelly G, who was a huge mix show DJ at the radio station, who later became the music director at BT. He got left.
That's that one.
So I was be nice. I was associate producer for the morning show.
He wasn't nice to me. I don't have to be nice to him.
And they were looking for notice how I'm slowing down so you can keep going in case something else pops out. Anyway.
We'll just say this. I've already mentioned him. I just didn't mention him by name, but I've already mentioned him. So that one.
It's my moment.
Go back to the last episode.
Okay, we're talking about me. We're talking about me. Okay, so Marcus Chapman, who was at the radio station, left for a full-time gig in another city, and I was one of the people selected to replace him. He had a Friday night show, and he also had a Saturday night show. Saturday night show was I forget what they were calling it. He and Dr. Love. All request party or the something.
Yes. All request party because Friday night was the after set.
No, it was Saturday night. It was Saturday night.
Right. Friday night it was the after set, and then Saturday night was the all request party. Him and Dr. Love. That's right.
So Marcus was leaving, and Elroy needed to find a replacement. I asked Elroy if I could audition for this show called Operation Get Down. In fact, that's so funny because I got Operation Get Down on my hip hop station now. It's a show called Operation Get Down. I called it because of that. He said he was looking for a duo. He said he wanted to replace. He was looking for a duo for Saturday nights. He wanted somebody who had the same chemistry as the Bad Boys. That was the blueprint. If you were a duo on the air, like the Bad Boys was the blueprint.
So he said something to you first, and then you said you wanted to audition. I
expressed interest. He knew I was already a college on-air host at CRX. He knew I had a college show. So that's basically how he didn't hear about me from the college show, but he knew I was at Columbia. I was already working at the station, so he knew what it was. He knew that I was interested in a position.
Okay.
Anyway, come to find out that I had to audition for the show. So he ended up hiring Kelly G's replacement, who was Nike. And that was this rapper named Big Nasty from the Hunters. Forget about it. Shout out to Big Nasty, aka Nebraska Franklin. Big Nasty. So we had to audition. It was me and Big Nasty. It was Big Nasty and Nike, or it was me and Nike. So it was three different variations of it. I assume that he didn't like the demo that Big Nasty and Nike did. I assume that he didn't particularly care about the audition that me and Big Nasty did, but he liked the audition that Nike and I did. So we got Saturday nights, 6 to 10 on WGCI, and I ended up making it my business to get a solo show overnight. Because I had never envisioned me being on the radio with somebody else. I had always envisioned me being on the air by myself.
Exactly.
So that's why I always got a solo show, just to, I don't know, this is me and then this is us. So that was always my thing of that.
So how was it working with him? Starting off, like, because you never had worked with anybody. What were the challenges? Did it just flow naturally?
Yes. We were two dudes from the west side of Chicago that worked at WGCI. We both took the Green Line downtown, got off at the same stop, walked over to 332 South Michigan. So we were the same. He was a little older. I was 18, 19 at the time. He was add 3-4 years to that. So he was I was 19. He was like 23, 24. So it was just a little older. How
long did you do the show together?
We did how many shows on GCI? We did maybe a year and a half, which was crazy. It didn't last long. We did like October of 99 to like March of 01. Okay. So a year seemed like a long time.
But didn't you do shows solo after that? Like when y'all broke up, y'all didn't both get pulled off the air. He did, and you were solo for a little bit, right?
Right. Yes. So we were together. We were on the air on the weekend. We got promoted to Sunday nights as well. So we were the show that took off the old school Sunday show that was on the station. We kicked off hip hop, and so we replaced Ramonski Love and Big Daddy Woo Woo or whatever. So we had Saturday and Sunday nights. So yeah, we were cool, but then it got to a point to where we figured out that both of our career choices are different. He wanted to use radio as a hey Tony Ringo. He wanted to use
what had happened was he wanted.
What had happened was he wanted to use radio as a springboard to get into music, and he wanted us to be like the Neptunes or like a Babyface and the other one. Well, he was the producer, and I was just the other dude, and I never really subscribed to that. But I'm like, there you go, Babyface and LA and Babyface. So he wanted to do something like that to where we were like radio type producers type people. Okay. I wasn't feeling it. I just wanted to be on the radio. And basically that's where we clashed. Like he wanted to do more of a music celebrity type of thing. And I'm like, yo, let's be on the radio. I just want to do that.
Right.
We were on the air, and then so let me just say we probably didn't see eye to eye on a few things. But when we got on the air, when we hit on, like it was crazy because we
sidebar. You just missed my dog trying to hump his bed.
I see the dog back there. I wasn't gonna say nothing because I was mid-sentence, but I do see the damn dog back there.
I think because all I heard was Batman say stop, and I think he was trying to hump his bed.
Okay.
Sorry.
Now, Alex, thank you. I've forgotten what I've said. Now you have to catch me back up.
Okay. So he wanted to do the music producer thing, and you were like, no, you wanted to just be on the radio. Okay.
Got it. So we got a full-time gig at Power 92. That worked well. We did it for 2 years.
Wait, how long did you do the show on GCI by yourself?
While it was happening, while I was a duo, while I was a part of a duo, I was also doing a solo overnight show.
Oh, I thought you still kept your same slot at some point when I thought they got rid of Naki and you were doing that same slot that you had with him as the Chocolate Jocks for a while. Solo.
You done fucked my whole story up. I was trying to tell the story and you asking my questions that throws me off from the original reply that I had. And I had a whole story. It was already
keep going. And then I'm interviewing you.
I don't even want to do no more. I don't even want to do no more. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. So we were on GCI like for maybe a year and a half or so. We went to Power 92. We were on at night. This was so long ago, almost 20 years ago. But I do remember it came time to make a decision.
Thanks, babe. Thanks. We got a drink.
Anyway, keep going. So we're on Power 92, and it was time for a decision to be made. So to my understanding, and I'm sure that he had his issues with me, and I had my issues with him or whatever. But there came time to make a decision whether we were going to continue or whether we we're going to break up.
Okay.
It was put in my head from Jay, my boss,
Trey Alexx, program director of
program director of and he still is at Power 92.
Power 92, but we knew him because he came from being assistant program director and music director over at GCI when we worked there and we were part-timers.
That part. So what was put in my head was that, okay, Trey, you have the decision whether to have a co-host or go solo. Now, it was put in my head, I'm not the decision maker. I'm not the person that signs the checks and hires and fires people. So ultimately, the boss has the decision. I mean, the decision to make, the last say so.
Okay.
But he made it like it was my decision. Now,
this is a Bloody Mary, Courtney. That man makes the best Bloody Marys.
Oh, okay. Shout out to Batman and Bloody Mary. Ooh, Bloody Mary? I don't do drinks that shit. Tomato juice and vodka.
pickle juice up in here. We got a pickle in here.
Tomato juice and vodka.
We got Worcestershire sauce, celery salt, and pepper, and Frank's.
That's some white people shit right there. That's some white people shit.
Batman is white.
Hence.
Touche. Miss your pussycat.
Okay, so you kind of throwing me off from telling this entire story.
I'm sorry.
But
you act like you got
long story short.
Keep it in there.
Long story short is we were at the other station. A decision needed to be made because of the small issues we were having. We were clashing. Like I said, we were on two different wavelengths. Decision had to be made. Like I said, it was put to me as if I was the one that was to make the decision. Although they had already made their mind up, they knew they were going to put the hot boys on from 10 to 2. They know they were going to take dude's salary and make that happen. They knew that, but they made it seem as if I was the one that made the decision. So when it was asked, what do you want to do? I'm like, I want to do my own thing. And it was as easy as that. But like I said, the decision was already made, but it was put to me as if, okay, well, Trey, it's up to you. What do you want to do?
So what did they tell Naki? Did they tell Naki it was you who said, do you want to go solo?
They distinctively said, I'm going to let Trey make the decision. I remember him saying that. He distinctively said, it's up to Trey. It's up to Trey. Because outside of the issues that he and I were having, there were other issues in other situations that I had no idea about, from what I understood. So basically, that's what happened. Huh?
Is that bogus?
Is what bogus?
That he told him that.
I mean, if you're gonna find somebody, do you really care about how you putting shit, how you doing it? You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying, put it on you though. That's a little bogus.
Oh, I don't know. Like I said, it was made as if I had the decision, but they knew that they were gonna, create the hot boys and put them on at night, and so they knew what they were gonna do. So basically, that's what happened. He and I haven't spoke in like 17 years since it happened.
Of course not, because Jay told him Trey don't want to do the show with you no more, and he wants to go solo. I wouldn't talk to your ass either.
But we actually just talked about 2 years ago. I played one of his artists on the radio, because he was a producer. But let me just say this. After that happened, it all worked out for both of us.
Yeah.
I was able to, go on and do my own morning show. Well, actually, after that, I was able to be nights and then do my own morning show and kind of make my own name and branch out and create my own thing. And he was able, I think he went to like California or something and worked on the air or something to that effect. So it all worked out. I have nothing bad to say against the brother. This is like 17, 18 years later. I just remembered that Morris, I forget the guy's name, Morris. I got to go back to my inbox here. I don't want to take this time to have you guys look at me looking at my inbox trying to find a message. But this guy, Morris was his name. He had sent me an inbox. This was maybe a year ago. And he was like, oh my God, because he lives here in Texas. And I get a lot of people that say, oh man, I used to listen to you back in Chicago. I used to listen to you, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Whatever happened to your partner, man? You used to have a partner. And I was like, damn, he is a long listener because damn, he's asking about what my partner is. So that's why I brought it up the other day, because I'm like, I'm sure some people are a little curious, and I'm sure some people that even know, they don't even know that I was on the air with somebody, let alone know that I was started on GCI. So that's how that happened. It was a lot of bad things that occurred. I don't plan to get into them.
Can we get a couple? I gave some juicy tidbits on my stuff. Can we get a couple?
That's really nothing very bad that I remember. I just remember that we were on two different wavelengths. I was trying to be on the radio, and he was trying to be like a producer and push his music and his artists. And I'm like, I ain't trying to do that. And like, I was drug along to do like I think we had a mixtape out or had a CD out or something like that. I didn't really too much care for it, but hey, I'm riding. I'm like, okay, I get to get my face on the CD. It was
on the corner of the Dan, 87th and the Dan. Y'all was selling them mixtapes.
Madison and Pulaski. We was hood rich, baby. We was
hood.
We
I like 87th and the Dan where they got the penny candy. You get you some shoes right there. Waiting in line for the light to turn green so you can get on the Dan Ryan.
So basically, that's it. Not too much juicy stuff. The juicy stuff won't come until I talk about my many interactions with celebrities. Mindy, you've had interactions, but I've had interactions, not sexual.
Okay. So let's do this, because I know a lot of it. So you're at Power 92 now. So let's just get me caught up. Let me get to Power 92 too, because that's when we did our morning show together. And that's when a lot of those interactions were going down where you were on the morning show.
Yeah. Yeah. We had a lot of stuff that occurred on the morning show. I hung up on a few people.
Who'd you hang up on, Trey?
I hung up on Superhead. Well, Superhead hung up on you. Were you on the show when Superhead hung up?
That was right? So funny. Let me tell you the quote.
Your name is Superhead. Wait, and somebody's calling you Superhead.
Yeah, she was getting mad. So Trey kept calling her Superhead, and she had decided she was past that point in her life, and she was now Corinne Steffens, like her real name. And so Trey just kept calling her Superhead. She asked him not to. She kept saying, "This is the name I'm going by." Trey said, "Your mama named you Superhead. I'm gonna call you Superhead."
I'm gonna call you Superhead. Do something.
So ignorant. That is so ignorant. And we were just dying. So now you got, so we were a whole studio of, what was it, 6 of us in there? So we're dying laughing loud as hell. You know, Alex be and crying when she laughs. And so shit got mad and just like hung up. And then when we found out she hung up, we laughed harder.
On the next episode, I'm going to tell you guys what happened with Vanessa Williams, because we don't have enough time this week to talk about it. But the next time we meet up, I was about to say the last episode. The next episode, when we all meet up, I'm going to tell you what happened with me and Vanessa Williams and why I had to kick her out of the studio. I kicked out of the studio. Were you working? No, you weren't working.
I was not there for that.
And we'll have Lisa E on as well to tell the story. But I kicked the actress out of the studio and told her to take her ass to McDonald's because she came in disrespectful. That was Vanessa Williams. We'll talk about that on the next episode.
Okay, are we going to do celebrity confrontations on the next episode? Just end it.
Yes.
We're not going to do any more of them?
No, we could.
We could do them next episode. I'm good with that.
Okay. Well, yeah, let's do that because I got some stories. Like the time me and Usher almost got into it at George's Music Room. That time Rick Ross tried to get the GDs on me.
That time Russell Simmons.
Oh yeah, I hung up on Russell Simmons too.
And then there was the time.
Any of these things, I'm not proud of any of these things. I'm not proud of any of these things.
It was he's grown as a human, but it was always him going off on somebody. And then there was that one time. There was me, and Trey was like, "I'm gonna sit back on this one. Go get him, Tiger." And it was me and Monique. I went in on Monique, and she was not appreciating. She wound up hanging up on me.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that on the next episode. See what had happened was every Monday, as you can read down there in the ticker. We'll be here at 9 p.m. Central, not 9:01, not 9:07. We'll be here live at 9 o'clock.
Oh, you gonna be on time from here on out?
We was on time today, right?
We were, but I was shocked.
We were on time today. So again, you can follow us at Trader CJ, at Alex Dupree, and of course on our page. See what had happened was share this, like this. We're gonna, as I said, this is our third go around at this. We're gonna grow the show, make it a little more better and entertaining for you. So thank you guys for tuning in.
We're gonna start having interviews. The other thing I do want to say is, so Monday's our day, but if something big happens in the week, we may pop in later on in the week for just a short show. Dude, you're not gonna go full out. Do a short little something just to cover it and get your feedback on it and get your thoughts on it, what's going on. But it's gotta be big, it's gotta be worth it.
And we're good until Monday Night Football starts, and that we don't even know if there's gonna be a football season. So Monday should be pretty cool for now.
All right, we'll let them know if we change it.
For now. Cool. Well, thank you all so much for tuning in. We appreciate y'all. See what had happened was. I am Trey the Chocolate Job.
I'm Alex Dupree.
Y'all have a great night. Hello.
2 fingers.